Hey now, welcome back Pokemon trainers. This is your friendly neighborhood Bullados, and today we are at the Midseason Showdown at Outpost 2000 in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. The date today is Sunday, January 14th. The players on stream, to your left will be Michael Holmblad, to your right will be Jason Reynolds. I have to take care of some tournament details at the moment. I'll be back with some commentary in just a few minutes. So I'm back just in time to see Kangaskhan Mega Evolve and use Fake Out on the Azumarill. Automatically flinches the Azumarill. Smeargle uses Fake Out, but it's slower than the Kangaskhan, so it doesn't flinch. And Smeargle uses, I believe that was Swords Dance? Smeargle's Moody hits accuracy and decreases defense. Let me see if I can find their teams. One thing that has changed between last season and this season is that Kangaskhan's well, at least since the last time we saw Kangaskhan, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Azumarill protects itself, Kangaskhan hits into the Protect. And we've got a Z move coming down. I believe that's the Psychic type one? Full 4 Z move from Mimikyu. Ooh, Twinkle Tackle. Fairy. Hitting on the Smeargle, and it brings it down to 1 HP remaining, but Smeargle holds on using its Focus Sash. Smeargle uses Sport, automatically puts one of its opponents to sleep, chooses the Mimikyu to put to sleep. Smeargle's movie will hit Evasiveness and reduces attack. So Smeargle now has +2 evasive, and it's much harder to hit. Anyway, when I was talking earlier about Kangaskhan, last time we saw Kangaskhan in the VGC format, Mega Kangaskhan's second attack did 50% damage, and now it's doing 25% damage, which really changes a lot of how that Pokemon is going to be used. Mimikyu goes out, Tapu Fini comes in, and drops a Mist. Smeargle uses Follow Me. Since it now has higher evasion, everything's going to attack Smeargle. Kangaskhan uses Return, and it does hit, knocking out the Smeargle. Azumarill is going to use Belly Drum, maximizing its attack at the cost of half of its total HP. It's then going to eat its Citrus Berry to recover 30 of that damage. Michael is now down 1 Pokemon. It is 4 Pokemon from Jason versus 3 Pokemon from Michael. Michael's going to send out its Raichu, and we do know that that one has an electric type Z move, Electrium Z on it. but it's likely going to start out doing something completely different. And this is the Kanto version of Raichu, not the Alolan version. So it has a different type and I think different stats. So Jason withdraws the Finny and sends back out the Mimikyu. Azumarill drops an Aqua Jet onto Kangaskhan, and Kangaskhan is knocked out. There goes Jason's one Pokemon, Mega Pokemon for this game. Out comes Kartana from Jason, since he knows that Michael right now does not have a super effective attack on it. Mimikyu is still asleep. I believe that was the second turn of being asleep. I know, it seems like Michael is very afraid of that Mimikyu. He's going to use his electric type Z move. Z Thunderbolt. Gigavolt Havoc. This, as all Z moves do, will deal a lot of damage onto Kartana. And that will knock out the Kartana. Kartana has extremely high attack stats and speed stats, but it has very low defensive stats. Azumarill will use knockoff on Mimikyu. Disguise serves as a decoy, and the disguise breaks on the Mimikyu. Mimikyu is still asleep, and Jason now needs to send out one of his reserve Pokemon. He's going to send back out the Tapu Fini that we saw earlier. Jason is down to 2 Pokemon remaining to Michael's 3. It's very likely that Michael will want to try and double target that Tapu Fini. Raichu has a super effective attack against it, and Jason's aware of that, so he's just going to protect that Fini, give it a chance to survive the turn. Azumarill will use Aqua Jet, and with its maximized attack, Mimikyu is knocked out. Raichu will use Thunderbolt into Tapu Fini's Protect. Doesn't do any damage, but at this point it's only a matter of time. I think Jason is going to try and coax one more move out of Michael's Pokemon just to see what he's got left. But he doesn't, he just forfeits the first game. We move on to game 2 in this best of 3. The trainers will now have, once again, 90 seconds to select their team of 4, and then they'll just play their game exactly as they did last time. Jason is probably going to want to change up his strategy for this time. I didn't realize that Kangaskhan had such weak defenses or HP. It seemed to be a much beefier Pokemon the last time I saw it in the competitive scene. So now we go into Team Select, where the players will each select 4 Pokemon, and they'll choose the order in which they come out as well. It looks like Michael is changing up his strategy for this game. I can see his bottom screen. I'm kind of surprised that he would want to change it up because it worked so successfully in the last game. Jason will need to think hard about how he wants to work this battle. I'm really not sure what else he could do differently given his team setup, though. Now we go right into the battle. Jason versus Michael. Jason will be on the right-hand side top of your screen, and Michael will be on the left-hand side lower portion of your screen. Smeargle and Ozmeral come out from Michael, same lead he had last game. Jordan will send out Kangaskhan and Pheromosa. So he has one of the same leads, but but that Pheromosa, I don't even know what it does in here. So it seems to be just a straight attacker. Looks like just a straight physical attacker, actually. So he might be trying to get rid of that Smeargle before it can get a Spore going. He knows that Smeargle can get very annoying very quickly. Michael is really taking his time to choose his moves. Actually, they both are. Kangaskhan is going to Mega Evolve. Gives it a second attack during its turns. Fake Out will be used on Azumarill, hitting it 2 times, taking away about a quarter of its HP. Smeargle now becomes the center of attention, and Pheromosa will put that Smeargle down to 1 HP remaining. Pheromosa uses U-turn, and it has to go back to Jason's team. Jason now has to choose one of his other 2 Pokemon to send out because of the U-turn. He's going to send out Tapu Fini, put Misty Surge onto the field. That will help Azumarill to some extent. Smeargle's Moody will increase his defense and reduce his accuracy. That doesn't really matter all that much. He really needed that to hit evasiveness like it did in the first game. Michael chose his attacks very quickly this time. I think he knows exactly what he wants to do for this. Smeargle's going to follow me to take some of the attention off of Azumarill. Kangaskhan's going to return. That's going to easily knock out Smeargle. Tapu Fini still gets his attack. Going to use Muddy Water. Just onto Azumarill. It's not very effective, and it reduces Azumarill's accuracy. Azumarill's going to use its Citrus Berry to recover some health. Looks like 50. Belly Drum will cut its HP by 50% and maximize its attack, so its attack is now at +6. Michael now has to send out a new Pokemon, and it looks like he's going to send out the Raichu. Yep, the Kanto form Raichu. So Michael is basically in the same position that he was in the first game. They're both in the same position. So Jason's going to withdraw the Kangaskhan just to make sure that it doesn't get knocked out like it did in the first game, and send out Kartana instead. Raichu's going to fake out onto Tapu Fini, so Tapu Fini will be unable to attack during this turn. Aqua Jet onto Kartana is not very effective, and Tapu Fini is flinched because of the fake out. We now know that the Raichu is faster than both the Tapu Fini and the Kartana, which is, to me, amazing. But Raichu is just a naturally very speedy Pokemon in general. Kartana will use Detect, and it'll protect itself from 1 attack during this turn. Azumarill will use Aqua Jet into the Protect. We have a Z move coming from Michael. That's Z Thunderbolt off of Raichu. Gigavolt Havoc. I wonder which one he's targeting. Probably targeting the Fini, because that's just going to knock it out completely. That Z move will, in fact, knock out the Fini. So Jason is now down to 3 Pokemon remaining, and And we know what the other two Pokemon he has left are. He has Pheromosa, and he has the Mega Kangaskhan sitting in his back pocket right now. Looks like he's sending back out the Mega Kangaskhan, which he had to play a couple of turns ago. I'm kind of surprised that he would want to send it back out here. Maybe the Pheromosa isn't all that fast, but it's got some pretty impressive speed from what I can see on the team sheet. So I'm kind of amazed that it wouldn't want to send it out. But he's just going to fake out the Raichu to flinch it. Kartana's going to Leaf Blade, very likely tried to Leaf Blade the Azumarill. And Azumarill protected during that turn. So we do know that Azumarill is the slowest Pokemon on the field. And very likely Raichu is the fastest. So the turn order should go Raichu, Kartana, Kangaskhan, Azumarill. Kartana's going to detect, and that'll protect it from the opponent's attacks. Azumarill will use Aqua Jet into Kartana. Raichu will use Encore on the Kangaskhan, which means that it will have to use the same attack over and over again, unless he switches it. Michael seems to be much more afraid of Kartana than he is of Kangaskhan. Even though he's been targeting Kangaskhan with a lot of attacks, he's not knocking it out. He's just been trying to disable it a lot. Whereas Kartana, he's really trying to attack that thing and get it out of the field of play. Kartana's been fortunate that Jason has hit the detect every turn he's needed it. Kangaskhan's going to Sucker Punch the Azumarill, crits it, and very nearly knocks it out. If it was in the previous generation, that would have been a knockout. But because of the nerf to Kangaskhan's second attack from 50% down to 25%, Azumarill remains on the battlefield. Michael drops a Thunderbolt onto Kartana, which easily knocks it out, even through even though it's not very effective. Jason is down to his last Pokemon, which is just the Pheromosa, which, as I stated before, is a very fast Pokemon, but I'm not sure if it's faster than that Raichu, and it really doesn't have any defenses to speak of. It's just a glass cannon. Azumarill's going to Aqua Jet, which makes it go first in the turn, and Pheromosa is knocked out. Michael takes this match by a score of 2-0. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time.